we are going to chapter 29. Okay, I'll read it in Mandarin. 第29章，将欲取天下而为之，吾见其不得已。天下神器，不可为也，不可执也。为者败之，执者失之。故物或行或随，或虚或吹，或强或羸，或窄或灰，是以圣人去神，去奢，去泰。Okay, now this is interesting one. This again is start to talk about the ruler again, right? Previously, chapter 28 is about the person, the people, how they should behave. Now, he's talking about ruler. He said, if someone wants to govern the country or govern anything beneath heaven, right? It's because they have no other choice, right? Or govern anything beneath heaven, right? It's because they have no other choice, right? Right? It's not that he wants to, but he may be put at a position. So what he's trying to say is, don't go and have such a big ambition and try to be the person to rule the world, because if you're not the selected ruler, or you're not the descendant, or you're not the chosen one, then what happened? Then you will think of all the ways to become the leader, and then you will cause a lot of casualties, a lot of problems, right? So if you are the rulers, right? If you have something, the power that you have, then he's saying that there's a lot of things you cannot do. There's a lot of things that you have to help it with a certain understanding that, you may lose it, You may not be able to hold on to it, right? That you have to understand. Right? So if you want to rule the world and you try to rule the world, yeah, he's saying that if you try too hard, then you become a loser. At the same time, if you are already the number one, or you are the one, and you try to hold on to it, of course you'll lose it. Because don't forget, everything, whatever goes up had to come down. Everything you hold very tight, you'll lose it. So whether you are trying to find a way to move on or follow, right? Or try to warm it up, or try to many ways to cool it down, right? Whatever you do, if you want to rule, you have to do a few things, right? Here it says there are three things, and you will go back to what it propagates again. First thing is to reduce excesses, is to reduce your desire, is to reduce the material you want, right? And all the nice things you want, because if you want so many things, you have so much desire, obviously it's going to cause a lot of problem, right? If you want a very fantastic palace, right, how many people you need to employ to build them, how many brilliant, talented people you need to have to design them, right? How many sculptors you have to get them to build it, right? So anything that is like tip top, the best of the best, it needs a lot of sacrifices. It needs a lot of people to get it done, right? And after you get it done, you want to protect your position. What do? Right? You build a lot of armory, machine to protect your position. You want to be the number one in the world. So what do? You keep on building, pile up. You pile up weapons because you're afraid that people will take over your number one position in making weapon or killing machine. So all this being wanting the best, wanting to perform that desire, wasting so much effort, right? Well, it's good in a certain way. You build a lot of heroes, you build a lot of fantastic scientists, but imagine a scientist that built the atomic bomb that killed so many people, right? Yes, it stopped the war. Yeah, it stopped the war because people have shown that if you colonize people, you get more benefit, right? So some country thinks that since you can colonize people and benefit, why can't I do the same too? So they're just copying and follow. And then what happened? There's war. More people die. Recur and recur and recur. So how to stop all this, right? Then he show you the way. The way to stop it is return to simplicity. You ask yourself, the way to stop it is return to simplicity. You ask yourself, do you require so much material? Do you require so much beautiful thing? Do you require to eat so much, produce so much food that you can't even finish? Right? So even you produce the best piece of art, and people will go fight for it, people will steal it, people will kill each other for it, right? So the best of all things is to return to simplicity, because something that is simple most likely is just being itself and people don't see the difference, right? So how would people fight over a uncarved block of wood unless they know the value of it, right? If they don't see the value, that simplicity was like, okay, just another piece of wood. So would people fight over it? No, right? People fight over it. Why? Most of the time for wanting more, right? Having the resources, or having the desire to show you I'm the best of all. I can bash you up, So the way of the Tao is not to go around showing that what you can do, nor taking over people's things that doesn't belong to them, like colonization. Why do you go from such around the world to colonize other people? Because you want more, you desire more, and you fuel your own desire with more desire, and that's where you get into problem, right? So this is a passage for rulers of a country, for those people who holds the power of a country. It tells you very well that if you do some of this thing, you will get into trouble, right? And we can see the world is getting into trouble, right? If you look carefully, to be the number one is so afraid of the number two getting your place, right? So what do? You do all kinds of things to stop them. So if one is wise enough, one could see what is coming by reading this book, right? Okay, thank you.